In this video, we're going to be looking at how you're not suffering alone if you're feeling a little bit crappy. Because, to be honest, we all have our own crap going on every day, and that way you can live a much happier and fun life.
All right.
Hey, it's Daz again. Hope you are well. Thanks for coming back. I'm here to help you live the life you want and love the life you live. And if you're new here, maybe just hit that subscribe button and the bell notification, of course. And stick around to the end because I've got a cheeky bonus tip that goes well with this video. Let's jump into it.
Oh, yes, please, said Robin and Rosie, both together.
Realising you're not suffering alone when you're really struggling with something can really help you feel less isolated just at that time when you most need it.
Not on Friday nights.
Right now, we're going to take a look at how realising and understanding how we all have our own shit going on.
The fun times.
All of us every single day can make you feel much less isolated, much happier, and lead a much better life.
Yes, sir, I like it.
Now, we all have off days, but generally, after a short time, things get better. Things lighten, your mood lifts, and you feel much happier after really no time at all.
Isn't it delightful?
However, sometimes we get hit with something and it really drags us down, whether that's physical or mental. It really starts to make us think.
Maybe it's just me that's dealing with that. Nobody else must be dealing with this shit.
And it's this thought process that leads us to some self-created conclusion that nobody else has ever dealt with what I'm going through now. I'm the only one. It's completely unique to me. Nobody will understand what I'm going through, and I'm the only one that's ever had this situation. The problem is, the more you think that way, that you're the only one struggling with this thing, the more you start to believe it. And it is a real self-fulfilling prophecy and starts to make you feel really, really isolated, wondering what the answer could be.
I'm definitely the only person dealing with this now because nobody else could know exactly how I'm feeling.
And this continues to make you feel so isolated and alone in the world. Because literally, if you're the only person who's feeling like you do, whether it's a physical thing or a mental thing, that is so isolating, and you can feel so alone and tiny in a big world of lots of other people, but no one just gets it. And this just keeps cycling and cycling and cycling, because the more you think that it's just you dealing with this situation, the more isolating that makes you feel. The more isolated you feel, the more it really bolsters the idea that it's just you feeling it, and that makes you feel more isolated. And then you feel more unique with your problems and more distant and more isolated and just...
Many months later.
As I said, this is a huge self-fulfilling prophecy, one which I know all too well. Just this week, when I was writing this very video,
Really, Daddy?
I started to have bad negative thoughts. It started to come up as a big cloud as per normal, and I had to catch myself and go,
Hang on a minute. No. I'm not the only one dealing with this. That's not the case.
but it can so easily happen and just come out of nowhere.
As if by magic, the shopkeeper appeared.
Now before I get on to the solution of thinking that you're suffering alone, as well as that extra bonus tip to really help you get over this, make sure you like the video and comment below. Do you ever find yourself feeling and believing that you're the only one who's having to deal or struggle with a particular thing?
No. Yes.
So what's the answer?
Monkey tennis?
How the hell do you manage to get out of this self-fulfilling emotional spiral? How did I, this week, reverse this process and continue to write the script for this video?
All you have to do the shake and bake.
Well, firstly, stop and take a couple of long, deep breaths. This really helps to center us. And if you've noticed ever, if you do this, you can calm down immediately, and it just gives you a moment to think about what's going on. So after you've taken a couple of long, slow, deep breaths, just think about this one simple thing.
真贵.
When you're feeling really crappy and thinking that you're the only one who's dealing with this thing, who's struggling and suffering, do you ever rush to tell loads of people about it? Now, I'm pretty damn sure that the answer is a big, fat no.
I'm telling you.
So why is this important?
Well, if you don't tell other people that you're having a really shit time, how is anyone going to know that you are having a shit time?
Oh, yeah.
And so, if you don't tell other people when you're having a shitty time, it's pretty much guaranteed that other people won't tell you when they're having a shit time. Now just let that sink in for a moment. It's really obvious when you think about it. If everyone isn't telling everyone else that they're having a shit time, then everyone will think it's just them individually, uniquely struggling with that thing. When in fact, none of you are suffering alone. You all have your own shit going on. Of course, all to varying degrees and sometimes more than other times, but rest assured, you are not suffering alone because we all have our own shit going on every day of our lives.
There's a spider in my office.
Now this may be a huge revelation to you, or it may seem really, really fucking obvious, but it's a fact. And a fact that once you realise and accept will really change how you think about life and think about the situation when you are feeling a bit crappy.
Are you feeling sorry for yourself?
And like anything, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. But recognising the thoughts when they start to creep in, whether it's to do with a mental health issue or a physical thing you're struggling with, when you get those thoughts around,
I'm the only one dealing with this, no one else must be dealing with this.
catch yourself, think about it.
Have I told anyone else about this?
No one's told me about their thing. So I'm not the only one dealing with stuff. We're all dealing with our own shit all the time. It's just most people, rightly or wrongly, don't broadcast it. They don't talk about it because of either embarrassment or they just don't want to share stuff like that. And that's totally fine. But you have to realise we all do have shitty days. We all do have good days. And so when you are struggling with something, you're not the only one who's dealing with it. Someone else somewhere has dealt with that before. No doubt.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Now, as promised, for getting this far in the video, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Subscribe, please. Here's a cheeky little bonus tip that can just help get your mind thinking right, just to help you bolster that idea. Get a piece of paper and write down all the things that you're feeling, all the various sort of symptoms, if you like, that you're dealing with. I'm going to do something very controversial now.
Wait, what?
But I'm going to suggest you Google those symptoms. Now, normally and ordinarily, never Google your symptoms because you're off down the Google rabbit hole, and before you know it, your head's going to fall off and your leg's going to turn into a squirrel, probably. Now, here's the kicker. If when you Google your symptoms, Google returns 0 results, it means, yes, you are unique. You're the only person to have ever had these symptoms. You're the only one in the world dealing with this. Congratulations.
You're a freak.
However, I'm 20 billion zillion trillion % guarantee sure. I am 20 billion zillion % guarantee it. I am I'm very sure when you put these into Google, there'll be results returned. Hundreds, thousands of them.
Everything stinks.
And you don't even have to look at them. That's not the point. The point is, if you put in your symptoms and nothing appears, you are unique with that condition. But that's never going to happen. Put your symptoms in and there'll be results. And that just proves that somebody somewhere, probably thousands and hundreds of millions of people, have dealt with that thing that you're dealing with at the moment. And so use these techniques to just help you ease that mindset through that you are not suffering alone. We all have our own shit going on.
Sorry, George.
In the description below, I've got a free daily cheat sheet with a number of things that have helped me get into a daily routine and start doing things much more productively and just live a better, happier life. And if you have enjoyed the video, I really would appreciate you to subscribe. You can do that down here, and I've got another cheeky video for you up here. And remember, you absolutely can live the life you want and love the life you live. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.